Children, welcome to our YouTube channel, Math with Jiva. This is our second video of area and perimeter lesson. Can you remember, in the previous video, we discussed about what is area, what is perimeter, and how to find the area of a rectangle and a square, right? Today, in this video, we are going to talk about how to find the area and the perimeter of triangles. So everybody, all of you know triangle. So you have three sides, right? Before telling how to find the area of a triangle, I want to draw you something. So this is what we discussed yesterday, right? This is what we discussed yesterday. It's about rectangles. And how did you find the area of rectangle? So it is length times width, right? So how do you find the area of rectangle? It is length times width. So now I am going to do something. Look at this, what I am doing. Okay, so I exactly cut that rectangle into two pieces. Now what I can have? Can you see? I can have two triangles here. Yes? Okay, so let's think again the same example. My land is rectangular shape, right? So according to the architect, I want to build my house here, and this portion I want to cover with grasses, right? Now tell me, with the knowledge you gained from the previous video, the full rectangular land, how do you find the area? It is length times width, right? Now I don't want to cover the whole land. Instead, I want to cover exactly half. So tell me, what is the area of this part? How do you find? It is the half of the area of a rectangle, right? So I'll write it like this. So the portion I want to cover now, after separating this and after allocating some space for my house construction, now the space I want to cover is exactly the half of the full area, right? Let's think. So this is a rectangle now. Children, now we don't use these terms, length and width. Why? Can you remember? I told you, when these two sides meet together, there is a right angle. So here we name this side as perpendicular height. Why? Exactly, there is 90-degree angle, and so this perpendicular height drawn against this side, right? So I name this as perpendicular height. So instead of width, now I am going to use h, right? Perpendicular height. Now this perpendicular height has drawn against this side. Okay, so it has drawn against this side. So that is the base of this perpendicular height, because it has drawn against this side. If so, this side should be the base. So I name it again this as the base. If so, instead of L, now I am going to use B. Children, now tell me, if this is the case, earlier I had a rectangle and I cut it exactly into two parts. If so, what is the remaining part now? The whole area is L times W, right? And exactly half, that means the area of this triangle is L times W, half of it, right? Okay, then I explain. So this is, we name as base, and this is perpendicular height. So here there is a right angle, there is a right angle, and this perpendicular height has drawn against this base. So I replace L with B base, I replace W with H, that is perpendicular height. If so, area of a triangle should be equal to, now tell me the formula. Just without telling the formula at once, now I told you how to create or how to achieve the formula. So look at this, half into base into perpendicular height. Perpendicular height. Right? So, in short form, I can write half into base into height. Right? Or else I can use simple letters, half into base into perpendicular height. Hope everybody understood. Why we need to have this half? Because we had that triangle exactly half of the rectangle. Right. So the formula to find the area of a triangle is half into base into perpendicular height. Sorry. Perpendicular height, right? Now I am going to explain you. Now you may think always you may have this type of triangles, right? So this is the base, this is the perpendicular height. Is this the way? No, you may have different types of triangle, and in the exam also they may ask you to find the area of these different types of triangles. If so, you want to apply this formula to whatever the triangle they may give you. So we want to understand how we are going to identify the base and the perpendicular height of any triangle. Now let's do that. What is the formula? Half into base into perpendicular height. Now children, look at this diagram. Now I have this type of triangle, right? Okay. Then now can you see any right angle here? No. Then how can I find the area of this triangle? Because I don't have any right angle. Earlier I had a right angle. Then I know this is the perpendicular height and this perpendicular height drawn against this side. So this is the base. Easily I found what is the base and what is the perpendicular height. But in this triangle, can you find the base and the perpendicular height at once? No. Let's think. So there are three sides. Out of these three sides, I am going to consider this side as base. Right? If I am going to consider this side as my base in this picture, definitely the line I consider as the perpendicular height should be drawn against this line or this base, right? So this is my perpendicular height. Let's say the same triangle, no need to select the bottom side as the base always. You can select one of the side as the base. If so, let's say now I am going to select this side as the base. Okay. So if so, is this line is the perpendicular height of this base? No, because this perpendicular height has drawn against this side. So if I am going to take the perpendicular height, so this one, definitely base should be this line, right? But now I want to select this side as the base. If so, what is the perpendicular height I want to consider? The line which I have drawn against that particular base, right? Another example, the same scenario, the same triangle. So here earlier, the first one, what I did, I selected this side as the base. The second one, I selected this line as the base. Now what I am going to do, I am going to select this line as the base. If so, children, tell me how you are going to have the perpendicular height. Look at this. Now, this is my base. So, this perpendicular height should be right. So, perpendicular height. So, this is the perpendicular height I want to consider. Hope everybody understood how we are going to find the perpendicular height and the base when you have different types of triangles. So, the same triangle I used and showed you, there are 3 sides. So, you don't want to select the bottom side always as the base. So that's what I wanted to highlight. There are 3 sides. Any of the 3 sides you can consider as the base, but be mindful when you select whatever the side. So to selecting the perpendicular height should be correct, because whatever the perpendicular height you are going to select should be drawn against the selected base. It's like this. Now you know, I am going to draw again a big triangle. Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C. Right? The height I draw here, I mark this as H1. Okay. And this one I mark as H2. And this is H3. Right. Now tell me, if you are going to select H1 as the perpendicular height, children, tell me, how do you find the area of this ABC triangle? You know what is the formula we can use? Area equal to half into base into perpendicular height. Right? If so, tell me half into base. So what is the base I am going to select? The common one. So that means the most of the students, they are going to select BC as the base. Okay. I'll write BC. It is my base. If my base, that means the selected base, is BC side, now tell me which value I am going to take as my perpendicular height. Either H1 or H2 or H3. Now tell me, I told you. So there are 3 sides. You can select one of them as the base, but be mindful when you are selecting the perpendicular height, whichever the line which has drawn against the selected side as the base should be the correct perpendicular height. Right? If so, when I am going to select BC as the base, now tell me what is the correct perpendicular height. It should be H1 because it has drawn against this line. So, it should be H1. It is one formula. So, one of you can select this option to find the area of this ABC triangle. Another student, you can select, no, I don't want to go that obvious one. I want to select AC as the base. No worries, you can select AC also as your base. If so, this is the first option. The second option, again the same formula you want to use, half into base into perpendicular height. Same formula you can use because it is the formula to find the area of a triangle. Right. So now tell me, if you prefer to have AC as your base, children, now tell me AC. If AC is your base, now tell me what is the perpendicular height you can select, either H1 or H2 or H3. Tell me. So now I want to take H2 value because it has drawn against this AC base. Right. So that is the second option any student can choose for this triangle. right? Then the third option, again you can use the same thing, half into base into perpendicular height. No, I want to do something different, which my friends did. So one of my friends selected BC and another friend selected AC. No, I want to select something else, so I am going to select AB. If so, half into AB. Now you can understand what is the perpendicular height I am going to take. It is H3. So that is the third option you can have. But children, in the exam, you don't have all these H1, H2, H3, all A, B, B, C, A, C values. I gave you an example. So whatever the side you select as base, you should select the correct perpendicular. That's what I wanted to highlight with this example. Right. Hope everybody understood how to find the area of a triangle. Now you can understand perpendicular height. It is inside, right? Earlier example, it is the side of the triangle. Perpendicular height is one of the sides of the triangle. Here, perpendicular heights we have drawn against each and every line. Another way you can find perpendicular height. Look at this triangle, what I am going to draw now. Again, this is a triangle, right? Okay. So, how can I have a perpendicular height? So, for my easy reference, what I do, I extend this line and now, so this is the perpendicular height, right? Look at this carefully. Now, this height, let's say H, right? This is A, B, C triangle, ABC triangle. Again, now you know there is a value called H, that is perpendicular height. Now, I ask you to find the area of this triangle. Children, tell me, how do you find the area of a triangle? Whatever the type of triangle, what is the formula you want to use? Half into base into perpendicular height. So that is the formula you want to use, right? Now tell me, let's say the point so this is D. Look at the picture carefully and tell me. So PH, yes, you can use this value for this. No doubt. For B or else B base, what is the value I am going to select here? Tell me, and I'll give you three options. First one, AB. Second one, BD. Third one, AD. Okay. Out of these three options, tell me, what is the length you are going to select as the base of this perpendicular height. So this perpendicular height has drawn against this line, right? To calculate the area of this triangle, you want to select what is the base value. Now, I have given you three options, AB, OBD, OAD. Which one I should take? If you take BD, if you are going to take BD as the base, children, I would say you are finding the area of BCD triangle, not ABC triangle. Why I am telling like that? Look at this. If you are going to take BD, that means you are trying to find the area of BCD triangle, not ABC triangle. Can you understand? So this is out, right? Then we'll look at AD. AD. Can you take AD? Because AD is what, children? So It is the extended version. So this BD is what? The extended line of AB which I drawn or which I extended to draw this perpendicular height. So then can I use this AD? No, because this portion is not a part of this triangle. It's just an imaginary line which I drew to have this perpendicular height. It is not a part of this triangle. Okay, if so, what should be the base? AB. So this is the correct option. Now understood? So clearly, try to understand them clearly, because AB should be the correct base. This BD is not a part of the triangle. It's only an imaginary line which I drew to have this perpendicular height, and you can't use this BD. So if you can't use this BD, so that means you can't use AD too, because AD is AB plus BD, right? So the correct amount, the correct length, you can use AB. Okay, right. So this is how you want to find the area of a triangle. And the other term, perimeter of triangles. Children, how do you find the perimeter of triangle? What do you mean by perimeter? Can you remember? It's the outer boundary. So whatever the triangle, there are three sides, whatever the shape, whatever the, that means the, it can be like this. It can be like this, or else it can be like this. All of them are triangles. How do you find perimeter? You add all three sides, the length of all three sides together to get the perimeter value, right? It's very easy. And about units, can you remember? The same thing I want to repeat. Area, units, the length you have measured, these sides, either in millimeters or centimeters, meters or kilometers. Based on that, your area units will be changed, right? If it is in millimeters, the area unit will be squared millimeters. If it is centimeters, then the unit of area will be squared centimeter. Likewise, the units of area will be changed, the units you have used for these measurements, right? And be mindful, the first thing you want to do, the formula half into base into perpendicular height. And how do you find base and perpendicular height in different types of triangles? We discuss, right? So that is the end of today's lesson. So we discuss about triangles, different types of angle, how we are going to find the area of different types of triangles. Then we discuss about perimeter, how to add all three sides together, and how about the units of area and perimeter. Okay, so our third video will be on area of parallelogram and area of trapezium. So till then, see you children. Hope everybody understood today's lesson. So this is our second video. If you feel you can understand concepts well with these with these videos, you can subscribe our channel Math with Jiva and click the bell button to get the notifications in future. See you children.